Besides the engine mount bolts, these are the two most difficult bolts to get loose on the bottom of your 2.0T Audi platform. Now this is a B8.5. 2013 Plus got an electronic power steering rack, not a hydraulic with a power steering pump, but an electronic rack that's big and bulky, and there's a lot less clearance on 2013 Plus. Now really there's only one difficult bolt to get to, and that's the starter bolt. This other big 18, it's pretty easy to get to really. I got a long straight wrench on it, but the ratchet wrench side will not fit, it's too bulky. Usually you can just break this free and then spin it out by hand. These are aluminum bolts. Now that 16mm bolt above this one looks pretty easy, but it's not as accessible as you might think. But first, let's finish up on that bottom bolt, because an extension and impact swivel in a socket does fit, just barely. It's a Pittsburgh socket cut down, a Pittsburgh impact swivel, which is actually one of the smallest on the market, and an extension, but it doesn't look like the socket's clicked on all the way right here. Now this starter bolt is a steel bolt. It's the only steel bolt in the whole bell housing. Even the other starter bolt is aluminum, the one with the spacer. A straight wrench will not fit, unless you want to crank on it crooked. A long normal wrench will fit though. I'll show you here in a second. The boxed end with a little like 15-degree tilt works about perfect. Also, the flex head ratchet wrench fits on this starter bolt. There's enough clearance to actually put the ratchet wrench on it. And it also fits like a dream. But no, the swivel extension method does not work on this one. To prove it, I've got a 5/8, which is the same thing as 16mm, 1/4 inch drive, and the smallest 1/4 inch drive impact swivel on the market by Tecton. Just to show you it does not work. But this is a little something or other that I made. Now this platform, you can actually access these bolts from the bottom. But the newest platform, or the newer platforms, you gotta use a Crowfoot or something. And I could use a Crowfoot, but I built this. I made this tool out of an impact swivel by SK and old junky wrench. It actually works really well. Let's say I'm doing this job and I'm not working with a lift, and I don't want to be crawling all the way underneath it or operate the wrench on the bottom. This little swivel wrench deal, it's a lot easier than a Crowfoot in my opinion. Even a Crowfoot with a wobble extension. I've also got a set of ratchet wrench crow feet.